Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. Ministers from the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership, CPTPP, have formally welcomed the recent peace agreement between the United States and Iran. According to CNA, the trade bloc issued a joint ministerial statement on Friday, emphasizing the critical necessity of maintaining safe, unimpeded, and continuous transit through the Strait of Hormuz. The ministers underscored that this maritime route is essential to global trade, as it carries approximately 1/5 of the world's seaborne oil and liquefied natural gas. The U.S.-Iran deal, which aims to end conflict and reopen the strait to commercial shipping, is seen as a positive step for regional stability. Furthermore, the CPTPP ministers reaffirmed their collective commitment to strengthening supply chain resilience and upholding rules-based trade. They pledged to accelerate efforts to improve market confidence and minimize disruptions to energy trade, which remains vital for the security and prosperity of their respective economies. The bloc also discussed ongoing accession processes, noting plans to formalize Costa Rica's entry and explore potential preparatory discussions with the UAE, Indonesia, and the Philippines. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has announced the approval of a 40-day intelligence operation, stating that the mission is designed to force Russia to end its ongoing war against Ukraine. While reporting on this update, Lienhe Zaobao notes that President Zelenskyy has not released any specific details regarding the nature or scope of this intelligence operation. In recent months, Ukraine has demonstrated significant operational proficiency using various drone systems along the front lines. Notably, the Security Service of Ukraine's Alpha Special Operations Center has played a leading role in targeting Russian personnel and military equipment. According to international reports, these drone attacks primarily target Russian military facilities, weapon systems, and energy sector infrastructure. Such operations are typically managed by various Ukrainian intelligence agencies. The announcement comes as part of Kyiv's broader strategy to increase pressure on Moscow to move toward peace negotiations. Japan's Diet has officially enacted a bill to reorganize and rename the Air Self-Defense Force, ASDF, as the Air and Space Self-Defense Force. According to JJ Press, this historic name change, the first for any branch of the self-defense forces since their establishment in 1954, is scheduled to take effect by the end of fiscal year 2026. The legislation, which amends the Defense Ministry Establishment Law, reflects the Japanese government's strategic focus on the growing importance of space as a critical domain for national security. By formalizing this new identity, Japan aims to bolster its capabilities for space-based operations and respond more effectively to modern security threats. Additionally, the enacted bill increases the number of state ministers of defense from 1 to 2, a measure designed to improve the government's preparedness and coordination during emergency disaster response operations. Hendrik Wüst, the minister-president of the German state of North Rhine-Westphalia, expressed strong expectations for deepened cooperation between the Japanese and German defense industries during an interview with GG Press. Highlighting the common challenge of reducing defense dependence on the United States, Wüst stated that there is significant potential for a partnership built on mutual trust between the two nations in the military sector. Addressing economic relations with China, Wüst noted that while the Chinese market cannot be ignored, German companies must focus on de-risking rather than decoupling. He emphasized the necessity for firms to reduce their dependency on China for supply chains and critical raw materials. His remarks underscore a growing push in Germany to balance the benefits of economic engagement with national security concerns, viewing Japan as a key partner in this effort. According to NHK, Canadian Defense Minister Magunty stated in an interview in Tokyo on June 25 that Canada aims to diversify its international relations and strengthen defense cooperation with Japan. while maintaining its cooperative relationship with the United States. Magunzi visited Japan alongside a business delegation looking to expand exports. Against the backdrop of the U.S. administration's America First policy, Canada has adopted a strategy of strengthening ties with middle powers that share common values, such as the rule of law. Magunzi emphasized that Canada has decided to diversify and bolster its bilateral relationships. He described Japan as a major global power rather than a middle power, noting that defense cooperation among countries with shared values is highly beneficial. Additionally, during his meeting with Japanese Defense Minister Shinjiro Koizumi, Magunzi discussed the next-generation fighter jet currently being jointly developed by Japan, the United Kingdom, and Italy, expressing Canada's keen interest in the project. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.